Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I have some Christmas DIYs. For this first DIY, I found this unfinished wood plank from Dollar Tree and I just take out the twine hanger, and I found this Nutcracker design on Cricut Design Space and I printed it off with my Cricut Joy, and I was having trouble getting it to stick to the transfer tape. Sometimes it happens, so I just cut to this part. So I stuck it onto the plank and I made sure that it was stuck down really well. Then I stained it with some Waverly antique wax, and then once it was dry I just started peeling off the vinyl, and I also put the twine hanger back in, and it's just a cute simple DIY and I love how it turned out. For this next DIY, I found this cute gingerbread picture on Cricut Design Space, so I printed it out and I weeded it to make it into a stencil, and I'm just attaching it to this wee wooden sign that I found in Dollar Tree. And on the Cricut Design Space picture, it had red and green hearts, so I'm gonna just do the same thing. And I'm using some crimson Waverly chalk paint, some classic green folk art paint, and some Waverly antique wax to paint the hearts and the gingerbread men. And I just cut up little bits of sponge so that I could dab on the paint. And then after I did the antique wax, I did wipe off the excess with a cloth. I had to be careful not to go over my hearts. And once that was done, I just peeled off the vinyl. And I also had to take off the little vinyl buttons and the faces on the gingerbread men. So once I was done that, I decided to paint the mouth, the eyes, and the little bands on the arms and legs with some ivory chalk paint. Did I say the buttons? I can't remember. And I just used a tiny wee brush for that. After that, I decided I needed a wee bit extra, so I got a bigger brush and then I just went around all the edges, and I also painted along all the sides. And I think it turned out so cute, and this would be perfect for on a Christmas tree. I found this tree in Hobby Lobby and it was $6, but you could always make your own, and I'm going to paint it with the Ocean Waverly chalk paint. And once it's dry, I didn't paint the very bottom. I found this yarn in Walmart and I had some twine, so I'm just going to use it to wrap around the tree. And I'm starting at the top and I just hot glue it, and then I just start twisting it around, and then just hot glue it every so often. And doing it this way was fine at first until the yarn and the twines got a wee bit tangled, so I had to untangle it And then I started twirling the tree instead of wrapping the yarn and the twine around, and that was much easier, didn't get tangled that way. And this is where I ran out of twine. So I just hot glued it, and luckily I had some more, and that ball of twine lasted me so long. I did so many projects with it. But once you just hot glue it down and then hot glue the next piece on, you can't even notice that it's two different pieces joined together. And then you just keep twirling it around. And then once I got to the bottom, I just hot glued it all. I just kept hot gluing a little bit at a time until I covered up all of that piece, and then I just trimmed it off and then hot glued the end. And then have this little foam cone from Dollar Tree, and it's not pointy on the top, so I thought I could cut it with the scissors, but that didn't work. So I'm using a box cutter, and just to make it a little bit more pointy at the top. And then I painted it with the ivory chalk paint, and I also painted this foam star with some ocean chalk paint. And I have some of the thinner white nautical rope from Dollar Tree, and all I'm doing is gluing it and twirling it around the foam. And for this one I keep hot gluing it on every piece going up. And then just tuck the top in and just add some more hot glue, and then I just hot glued the star on the top. And I had this wee whatever it is for ages, and I was like, why did I buy this, because what am I going to use it for? So I decided just to paint it and make it into a Christmas tree, and you could add extra stuff on it, but I'm just going to leave it plain. And I had to give it 2 coats of paint. And then these are my Christmas trees, and I think they all turned out really cute. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below which of these DIYs is your favourite, and if you would make any of them. So I have another one of these unfinished wood signs from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to fill in the holes with some spackle. I give it a wee sand once it's dry, and I found this nativity scene on Cricut Design Space, so I'm going to apply that. And also, I don't know, nothing wanted to stick to the transfer tape in this video. I was annoying. So anyway, I applied that. On the wee tail on, what was that thing? Was that a donkey? I don't know what it was, but it came off, so I'd stick it back on, and then I stained it with the Waverly Antique Wax, and now I'm just making a stand for the back with some tumbling tower blocks. And I thought I needed something else, and since it looks like a silhouette, I thought I would put some black paint around the outside so it looked like the light was like it's light or something, making it a silhouette. And you could always do this other colours if you wanted to, but I just wanted to keep it simple. So that's me deciding how if I need to keep paint around it. So yeah, just keep dry brushing it on until I'm satisfied with how it looks. And I love how this turned out. I think it's really cute. You could always use different colours on the wood if you wanted to. And this one's really easy. I thought these were cute, so I just took the stickers off them, and then I just hot glued one on top of the other to make a little tree. And I was supposed to get some candy at Dollar Tree, but I forgot, so I just filled it with some fake snow and a candle. But it was meant to have candy in it. But it turned out cute anyway. And this next DIY, I got this stag ornament from Dollar Tree, and I'm just cutting off the tag, and then I pull off this little thing and the antlers, and I'm going to paint the antlers gold. And I forgot to show you, but I paint the stag with the Ocean Waverly chalk paint, and I had this wooden plank, and I'm just putting some 4 little blocks in each corner with some wood glue. Then I stain it with the antique wax, and then I just hot glue the stag on the top. And it turned out really cute, and I only gave it 1 coat of paint, so it still have a wee bit sparkle showing through. I had this old tray that someone gave me to DIY, so I'm just using that, and then I have some floral foam, and I'm just hot gluing it to the tray. And then I am just taking a box cutter to chip away at the floral foam, because it's going to be like a hill. So I chip it away, and you could always build this up and make it higher if you wanted, or put it all along the whole back of the tray. It's up to you. But then I start hot gluing all the little chips off at the bottom of the floral foam, so it looks like it's going to look like boulders that have fallen off. And then I paint everything with some white Waverly chalk paint. And I have a selection of Christmas trees. Some are from Hobby Lobby, some are from Dollar Tree. And then I have a set of little metal houses that I got from Target last year, and another wee metal house that I got from Dollar Tree this year. And all I'm doing is setting out how I want my little forest village to look. So I just play around with placement. And I wanted lots of trees in this. So I got one of the really big tree on the left, it was from Dollar Tree, and then the set with the bigger tree and the medium tree, those were from Dollar Tree, and I think I used 4 packets of those. And those wee houses I got from Target last year, and they were so cute, and I never did anything with them. So yeah, I just put mostly the bigger ones at the back and at the sides, and then I start filling up the spaces with the smaller trees. And yeah, I used 5 packets of those, and those were also from Dollar Tree. I think I used 5 packets. And then the really small trees you can see on the right, they're the ones from Hobby Lobby, and I didn't end up using those. So once you have your scene all set out the way you want it, I just glued it down with some hot glue, and I used some blue paint to make a lake. That's why I left that space at the front, but it ended up being too dark, so I do go over it later with some white chalk paint just to make it a bit lighter. And then I went around the outside with some hot glue, but I didn't really do what I had in my head, so yeah. And then I just started painting on Mod Podge around all the sides, just anywhere where there would be snow, and all the little wooden parts on the bottom of the trees. I put Mod Podge on those. And then once I had done that, I then sprinkled on the artificial snow from Dollar Tree. And then you could always do it first, but I wanted to make sure that my trees and that were going to stick down properly. And then I just start sprinkling on the artificial snow, and I shake it around the tray, and then I just push it in any parts where I put Mod Podge. And I also put some on the top of the houses. I don't know if I show that or not. And then I just empty it out onto a big piece of cardboard, and this is where I decide my lake does not look right. So I just take off the fake snow, and then I paint on some white chalk paint to make it lighter. And then I just put some more snow on the top, and I empty that off. So here I was supposed to put fairy lights in the back of these, but I couldn't find any that were this nice warm colour. They were all the white colour or blue or whatever. So I have these candles, so I had to move some of the trees to put these little candles in the back to light it up. And if I find some, well, when I find some fairy lights, I'll swap it out. But this is how it turned out, except for the lake didn't turn out right. But I really love how it turned out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you soon.